We're live. We're here. Hello. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello to Sage and Paula. We're going to have some more friends joining us. I don't know exactly when Emily will be here, but then Chelsea's also joining at about 6:30. So we're going to at least sprint for a couple hours. I don't know if we're going to go longer than that. I don't know if I want to go longer than that, but I might. I don't know. It'll be very up in the air. I'm also having a drink, and so I'm having a gin and lemonade. I don't know if you guys are drinking, but
I'm having some hardcore tea.
Tea!
Ooh, maybe I'll make a hot chocolate.
There you go.
Ooh,
there you go. It doesn't need to have alcohol in it.
No.
I wanted the alcohol. Do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Sage from the channel Sage Reads, and I am distracted by comments. I'm not very good at talking on live streams, and I make kind of cottagecore reading vlogs most of the time. I'm reading We Set the Dark on Fire by Taylor K. Mejia?
I think so. Or Mejia? I'm sorry. Somebody correct us if you know.
Everyone butchers the pronunciation.
Yeah, I know that.
It's a rite of passage.
I'm actually buddy reading this with Strawberry, who's in the chat, so aka Juliet. But I haven't started it yet, so this is what I'm reading. That is who I am. My pronouns are they, them. Thank you.
Yes. Paula, go right ahead.
Paula from Fandom and Books. I wish I could make cottagecore style reading vlogs, but it's just kind of my face going, I'm reading books. Good.
Amazing.
That's just how I do. I'm in the UK, and it's currently like 2:10 in the morning for me. I'm currently reading Sarah J. Maas' A House of Earth and Blood. I don't think I'm gonna finish it at all. But hey.
Oh, hi, Sweet. And Emily just joined us. Do you want to, I'll introduce myself, or do you want to introduce yourself, Emily? We were just doing introductions.
Oh, you can go.
I'm Cassie. You're on my channel. Hello, welcome. I would love if you hit subscribe. Everyone's also linked down below, so make sure to subscribe to everyone who's joining us tonight. I'm currently reading My Dark Vanessa. I have thoughts and opinions, and I'm not even that far in. And I don't know if they're bad or good yet. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, because I know some of you guys came over from Angel over at Jurassic Read. She was doing some sprints earlier. So hi, welcome. I'm a chaotic mess. I can never remember names of characters, but I have a very eclectic reading taste. I read a lot of different things. I don't know how to introduce myself. Okay, your turn. Great. Go right ahead.
Oh, my turn? Oh, sorry. I'm Emily. My channel is Emily's Books, though I'm on like a little bit of a posting hiatus, but you're welcome to subscribe for the future when I do eventually upload again. My pronouns are she, her, and I also read a lot, and I'm starting The Burning God tonight, which I'm nervous about, but I'm buddy reading it with some folks, so it's got to happen, and I'm afraid. That's that.
I need to reread The Poppy War, because when I read it initially, I listened to it on audiobook, and I feel like that was a detriment to like the book. I'm sorry if you can hear, Matt is gaming, and he's going to be yelling throughout this whole thing, so sorry.
Excellent.
I don't know what I was saying. Oh, Poppy War. Yeah. I think the audiobook made me dislike it more than I like would have if I had just been reading it. So I'm interested in trying it again.
I haven't read that series at all. It's one I want to get to, but I just haven't got around to it.
It's pretty painful.
Yeah. There is a lot
emotional. Or is it? Yeah.
It's very like war strategy focused, but so it just like people die and it hurts you over and over again.
Yeah.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Matched. What are you
You are
guys
all-
all reading? In the chat, we went through what we're reading, but I want to know what you guys are reading. Outdoor stuff, so I don't have to. Same. I'm a city dweller.
Yeah.
I don't go outside. Yeah, I love watching. I just watched Sage your recent vlog that just went up when you got the new camera, and I was
Mhm.
like, the amount of gardening that I don't know how to do.
Honestly, I am. I'm really making it up as I go, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I've already killed my tomato starts,
Oh,
but I just put seeds in the ground, and they haven't done anything yet. So I'm gonna just see what happens.
mhm.
Yeah,
I think
the
that's
only-
how it works, right?
Yeah, the only
I just
gardening I
want-
can do is on Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, so I think that's my level of gardening.
Yeah.
I don't even do that.
See, Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing was like my training. So I have really unrealistic expectations for a garden.
Nice.
I'm like, I just have to waddle around and look cute, and everything will pop up.
Yeah,
And then I'll get a 5-star island.
Mhm.
for the next
I
time.
have like a couple plants. I have like a 50-50 ratio of plants that have survived and plants that have not. So like, do I need a garden? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
That's fair. I'm really bad with houseplants, so.
Yeah, I'll focus on keeping a human alive.
All of my plants are outside except for the one that hangs, but because my cats eat them, it's not
Cats.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we've got some Christian romance books.
Leo, always here to troll the comment section.
Beowulf. Okay, yes, I saw this book in your TBR for Touching My Shelf, and it looks gorgeous, and it made me want to read it. I've never read Beowulf. I never had to read it in school.
Mhm.
Truth Witch. I want to. That's another one that I want to reread. That I feel like the audio messed me up. Curse and Divine. Highly underrated duology. The Curse of the Divine. The
Gonna
first
go look that up right now.
Yeah, me too. We're gonna start in 1 minute. Do you guys want a longer one, a shorter one? What do we feel like?
I'm easy.
Let's do like just a 15-minute one, because then that'll bring us into when Chelsea will get here, and then she can introduce herself and everything. Does that sound okay?
That sounds
perfect.
Great. God Shot by Chelsea Beaker.
Mhm.
Sweet and Bitter Magic. Radiance. Sweet. I need to pull up the thing. I'm a bad host. Okay. I also have never done this without a 2-screen because I wanted to sit on my couch. So now I don't know. I don't know how to do it. So it's going to take me a second. Hold on.
Does anyone have any reading snacks?
I'm about to get food. Pizza's coming.
Nice.
Mhm.
I just have tea and iron brew and juice. Gotta stay hydrated.
I guess.
Sweet. Okay. I'm going to start this. Okay. We're going for 15 minutes. See you guys then. Hello.
Hello.
I always try very hard to be all soft when I end this month. I don't want to scare anyone. How'd you guys do?
Half a chapter.
Nice.
I got through the prologue.
Nice.
I got through the prologue as well and an additional 7 pages.
Ooh. I read like 2 pages because I was like pointing out that we were live on all of the social medias and then my pizza got here and yeah, I didn't. But I did read this quote that I want to share because it's not spoilers or anything. And I don't know how I like it again because there's so many things happening in this book. But the teacher that My Dark Vanessa is about. So like for those of you who don't know, My Dark Vanessa is about a girl who in 2000 is a sophomore in high school and she's being groomed by her teacher. And then you also follow her at 30 years old and he's been outed by another previous student of his who has claimed that he was grooming her. And it's obviously an uncomfortable book.
Hi, Matt.
I'm at.
They say hi to you.
Huh?
They say hi.
Who's that guy?
Everybody.
Hello, everyone.
He says a hello, everyone. So that's the teacher that says this. So he's talking about the road not taken. It's during like one of his classes. He teaches English. And he says, we're born, we live, we die. And the choices we make in the middle, all those things we agonize over day after day, none of those matter in the end. And like, did I like it or did I hate it? I don't know. I'm so conflicted.
It's kind of a
Knowing like who's
kind of
saying it.
quote because it's one of
Yeah.
those where it's like, yes, that's true, but you still need to make some kind of decent choices. Because I mean, you know, serial killers could be like, yeah, but it don't matter in the end. And it's like, well, technically no, but you did kill a bunch of people. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like accountability.
Yeah.
Things like that. I hate it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I like the quote, but I hate that he's the one that said it.
Mm-hmm.
6 pages, 15, 20. Okay, we know the fast reader in the group here.
Sarah's a fast reader.
Dropping in for a quick like and a hi. Oh, well,
Ooh,
I hope that
writing.
you're enjoying your writing. I don't think that you're here anymore, Jessica, but hello. Very good so far. Nice. That's good. Yeah. I want to read that one. My friend that I've known since I was in high school, she's now a professor at a college for English Lit. And so she's always telling me all the classics. And I'm like, and then I'm always telling her like all the YA. And she's like,
See, I was taking notes because obviously I'm reading it for this and also the best book club.
Mhm.
And one of it was, I'll put a note down because obviously I'm only a little bit into it. And it's to do with like fairies and werewolves and all that jazz. But they have this thing what's called the drop where you could actually like kind of stop your aging. And it's my little comment was, where would you decide to stop aging if you could?
If you could control it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I have a theory that I'm gonna really peak at like age 55.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be really hot and really wise.
Yes, definitely.
This is hard.
I'm reading Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. I switched from the paperback to the hardcover.
I feel like, okay, I'm 28. I just turned 28. And I feel like I'm like about to hit the peak. Like I feel like 30 is going to be a solid time for me because my early 20s have felt very like chaotic, very like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I keep thinking I know what I'm doing, then I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like that.
Relatable.
I'm ready. I'm ready to move to the more
I
solid
agree.
life. Right? Yeah, I remember I have a very distinct memory of my stepmom like freaking out when she turned 30 in a bad way, like not happy about it. And like, I think I'm going to be excited to turn 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hi.
How are you? You're all cute.
I mean, I did work today. So
Okay. All right.
I touched it up a little bit for you, but
I'm
no,
so
it's
impressed by
okay.
people who make their beds.
There we go.
I
Same.
also did that school, so
Chelsea,
not a problem.
introduce yourself and everything, and what are you reading and all that stuff.
All right. Hi. Hello. God, I'm echoey as hecky in here. Hi, my name's Chelsea from the channel Chelsea Darling Reads. I'm currently reading, it's called Haven by Rebecca Weatherspoon. It's like a romantic suspense. I don't know. It's really smutty so far. I'm into it. Also murdery, which is a weird combo. What else was I supposed to say?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
I was
Philosophical.
Yeah, and I'm also drinking wine.
Sweet. I have a gin and lemonade, so I'm drinking with you.
Nice.
I see Emily about to go for it.
Sorry, yeah, my husband just opened the door to let the cat in here. Yeah, I have a White Claw iced tea. Yeah, Adam bought them last night. He thought he was buying regular White Claws. They're fine. They're not as good as the regular ones, but they're good.
Are they less carbonated?
Yeah.
Ooh, because I don't like White Claw or any of those because they're so carbonated that they hurt my stomach.
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Just open it
Or
and
it's
let
just
it
been
go
open
flat
for
for
a
a
long
while.
Yeah, I'm
White
like,
Claw?
it's less
Don't have
carbonated, but
them
I've
in
also
the
been
UK.
drinking it for a while. So
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we don't have White Claw in the UK, so what?
It's like it's like a low calorie and sweet, kind of like a cider, but not.
it's a seltzer.
A seltzer. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say the iced tea ones are much less sweet also.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, that's good to know too. I want to make my bed, but my dogs will leave fur and debris in it.
Yeah, there's like cat hair all over it, but we're far enough away that it doesn't matter.
Okay, see, I'm either going to be indifferent or I'm going to be excited, and I don't know which one's going to happen yet. Because like this year, turning 28, I was like, this is what we were talking about, Chelsea, right before you chimed in. So we were talking about age, and I don't know how I'm going to feel. Turning 28 was irrelevant. I actually didn't know I was turning 28 until like 3 weeks before my birthday, and then I had to do the math because I thought I was turning 27.
Well, we lost all of 27 basically, so.
Yeah, exactly. Because lockdown had happened like 2 weeks before my birthday. So like I had plans, everything got canceled, all that good stuff. So we're just pretending that it didn't exist.
See, I think because obviously I'm over 30. I'm like 30. I still can't remember what I am right now. 30. Am I 35? Am I 30? I think it's because age after like, the big milestones or whatever, after you've had those big milestones, it's not a thing that you think about. Mm-hmm. So when you actually get close to your birthday, you're like, hang on, how old am I this year? What?
Exactly. But I think I'm turning 32 this year.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's like the early 30s or the late 20s and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But the question was that if you had like control of when you could stop aging, what age would you actually stop at? Because like most of the comments, I am definitely way past it. I would have like, when my body actually functioned like it's supposed to, I would go back to then and stop.
Interesting. I feel like I would like once I hit 35, I'd probably stop at 35. Get a little more experience under my belt.
Mm-hmm. But then again, we keep bringing up experience. But then again, like you're still going to experience all those years, even
True.
though your body won't experience it. If I could pick to go back to when my hair was not gray, but then I wouldn't want to be 16. That's not that is not what I want.
I can't wait till I get gray hair. I have like
Oh.
2. I'm like, this fucking baby better give me some gray hair.
Oh, it will. It will.
Somebody was talking about gray hair too in the comments. I missed it though.
I feel like I'm not gonna realize
There we
if I
go.
have gray hair or not because my natural color is like dishwater, so I'm gonna not catch it.
Mm.
I liked my hair color. That was the problem.
See, I want to be one of those old. I do can't wait to be an old biddy. I mean, my body's already there. To be fair, my body's already at 80, so God knows what I'm going to be like if I ever reach that age. But it's like I can't wait for my hair to be like completely white and just be like I'm going to be one of those really random tattooed old grannies that's just like so.
Yeah, I feel like my hair is never gonna go like all white, even though I did start graying early. But just if I look at like my family, it's all like salt and pepper all the time. So it's like I just want a solid. I want one or the other.
I feel like you have really cool white hair because your hair's so thick.
I do have a lot of it. Yeah, I do have a lot of it.
Cool if it was white.
If COVID hadn't have happened, I was planning on going like that silvery platinum gray, but like it's such hard upkeep, I couldn't do that. Even though like I do have a hairstylist that's like a friend of the family and she was still doing stuff during the pandemic, but I was like, that's too frequent for me.
I just need one more dose, Cassie, and you can come over and I'll do it.
I have an appointment.
Ooh.
Yay. I'm going next Wednesday.
Yay!
I have my second dose next Thursday.
Yay!
So exciting.
I'm eligible on Tuesday, and I can get an appointment.
Nice.
I'm all dosed up. I'm all COVID
Nice.
free. So I've had my second one.
Are appointments hard to come by on the East Coast, Emily?
Right now in New York, it seems like there's a bunch. I'm also upstate, so I'm not like in the city trying to find any. But my brother-in-law was eligible this past Tuesday, and he has his appointment tomorrow. So it was pretty quick turnaround for him. So
Nice.
hopefully
Yeah.
it'll be fine, but we'll see.
All of these vaccine celebrations, I'm loving it. We're going to sprint in 1 minute. How long do we feel for? What do you guys think? Any suggestions in the chat, in the videos? 20?
Down for whatever.
30? Longer or shorter?
I'm cool for a long one. I think I just want to be able to actually get into it because I'm only like at chapter 3, but I'll go with whatever the consensus
I have a
is.
comfier chair this time, so I'm ready. Whenever you are.
Yeah, I
It's all
moved
about
to the
comfort.
couch.
Sweet. I know. I've set up on the couch, which is mistakes because it's like not very comfortable when I'm talking because I'm like leaning forward, but it's very comfortable while I'm reading. Okay, so let's go for 30 at 45. So in 1 more minute.
Yay.
Yeah, same. It makes me so sleepy.
Yeah, where I'm at too, the appointments have been really hard. I've been eligible for like 3 weeks, I think, because of my work. And I had to lie and go to a different county for my appointment, and I'm really stressed out about it, actually.
In California, they can't ask you anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
good
don't
to
in
know.
Oregon
And
either.
And I feel like once you get to a vaccine site, they're just like, let's just vaccinate the people. Like, you know,
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
I
I haven't been.
Yeah,
Like-
you just show them ID and nothing else.
Sweet. Okay, I'm setting up this timer, and we'll be able to go and talk more about vaccines in 30 minutes.
I'm ready.
Excellent.
Oh, we're doing 45? Okay. Let's do it.
That was a lie. I'm sorry. I messed up.
I was like, wow. All right.
No, that was my mistake. Okay. It's because it was 45.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How did everyone do?
Got from page 27 to page 51. I can't be asked doing the math.
Nice.
It's too early for me.
Like nearly 30 pages, I think. I don't know how
I got
far
like
I got. 20?
I think, yeah. I'm on page 30 now.
I got from page 7 to 35.
Hi.
Nice.
I read 14%.
I don't know how far I got, but I'm on page 100. Things have happened. I'm fine. It's fine.
Are you emotionally taxed by that book?
Dude, I felt like my entire face the entire time was just making a grossed out face because it's I
That
just
book's
was like
really hard.
this entire time. Yeah, I got to the first encounter, like real encounter. I don't know how to say it without spoiling things. But I hated it. I hated everything. 30 pages. 6%.
So I was having like basically the opposite experience to you, Cassie. My character in romance decided that they're going to enter into a sub-dom relationship. And they were at a restaurant, and the girl had her back to like the restaurant, and he made her like pull her shirt below her titties, so she was eating with her tits out at the restaurant. For his
Hello.
This is amazing.
What book is that again, Jessie?
It's called Haven by Rebecca Weatherspoon.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That reminds me of
I'm going to put it on my TBR right now.
that reminds me of the scene in Go Deep where they're in the restaurant.
Yes.
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 But like full-length novel.
Mm.
Mountain Man and Hot Lady.
Who was the author again?
I put it in the chat.
Sweet.
Rebecca Weatherspoon.
Sweet.
I will say a content warning for murder. I think I mentioned that earlier. It does start out with a murder.
Murder.
But I think we've kind of moved past that at this point.
Yeah. There's more sexual encounter than that in the thing that I just read, and I'm uncomfortable. I hate it. I like almost decide. See, this book is one of those ones where like you want to skip the hard things, but like I'm also a person that's like I'll either read it or I won't read it. Like I'm not gonna skip through stuff like that because like it's the point of the book. But my stomach hurts. 26 pages, 31 pages. Nice. I need to come back to this because I read it earlier, but sexy nurse costume on a Furby, please send pics.
Follow Tasha's Furby Instagram. It's really delivering. Hi, Matt. Oh, he can't hear. You have headphones on.
No, yeah.
Oh, I read Wraith by Rebecca Witherspoon. I knew the name.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
It was very short for what it was.
Haven's probably the same length, like 200-ish, 2 to 250-ish pages.
Chelsea, have you read A Touch of Darkness?
I don't think so. Let's see.
The Hades and Persephone.
No.
It's my newest on my TBR shelf now. Well, not physically, but on Goodreads.
It's really good.
Okay, I'm
very, very sexy.
one click. Oh, I have credits. I'm a one click that. Boom.
Oh.
Oh, and never mind. It's free.
What are we talking about? This one. Angel.
I reckon pegging.
I think it's this. Zenny? I think.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It must be.
Bi rep and pegging is a perfect representation.
Yep. Oh my god.
Sorry,
Yeah.
this follows me around, Cassie.
I know. Anytime I invite you to something, we're always talking about the sex. It has to happen.
We're all adults here.
Exactly. My computer is in need of a charge. How are you guys liking your reads right now?
Mine's relatively okay. Nothing's really happened right now. She's just walked out on a guy that, she was on a date and he was just an arrogant prick. I mean, you've read it, you know.
Yeah, so my question is, Paula, have you gotten to the initial shift that happens in that book? And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about.
No, literally, she's just walked out of the restaurant and she's calling her girlies and going to the club.
Okay, all right.
So
you get back to me.
But yeah, I was just like, it was just, I wrote down, I was like, because she had the conversation about, having bad sex with the guy. And I was like, I wrote down, I was like, oh, shit sex, that relationship's not going to last well. Within the chapter, it's like, yeah, I'm leaving, I'm done.
I'm excited for more content from you when you tell me more things. That's all I gotta say. Sage, you were going like this.
Yeah. It's like, it's just taking a minute to take off, I think. The beginning's kind of slow.
I read that book a couple of years ago, and I feel like the start is just like getting into the world.
Yeah,
but then
definitely.
Once the like romance enters the picture.
What are you reading? Remind me?
I'm reading We Set the Dark on Fire.
Got it.
Okay. All right. I think that book is on my TBR, but I don't know yet. I don't remember.
I really like that right after BookCon of 2019. Like on my bus home, I started reading that, which just gives me like good memes.
So nostalgic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Jurassic Reads, for just subscribing to my channel.
Success.
Sorry,
we'll
Cassie's trying to lure me back into. You trying to lure me back into YouTube and make more videos and more content. I'm trying.
Yes. Paula has been off for like how long?
Like over a year.
Yeah, a while. And I'm just
like, not with a break.
Pardon?
Times.
Yeah.
The breaks are good. How long do we feel for another one?
It's up to you. I can chat or I can read. So
I know. Same. Chat. What do you guys feel? Do we want a longer one? Do we want a shorter one? Do we want more chatty? I'm down to chatty. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to make another drink, but I'm going to do that once we start another sprint in a minute. But
I feel a good glass and a half of wine. I can do either.
Hey, what kind of wine are you drinking?
Moscato. I'm always drinking Moscato.
You are always drinking Moscato. Okay, let's do it. The first is the winner. 30 minutes. We'll go right now, basically. 17:54. What is this? I don't know.
I agree. 17 minutes and 54 seconds, Brent.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
So, okay, before I start this timer, I was on live for the last Bookopoly-thon sprints with Becca and Allie and Madison. And Becca goes, okay, we're going to go at 22. I mean, 22. We're going to go at 22. And she meant like 20 minutes until the hour. And I thought that she like was reading the clock wrong. And I was like, we're going to go at 42. Because it was like nearing that time. It was past the 20s. And she was like, no. I just didn't even think about it.
Good
Didn't
job.
even have it in my head. I didn't know what I was saying. Okay, 30 minutes. Starting pretty much now.
I need to close my exercise ring.
See you guys in 30.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, I missed that we're starting. Okay, goodbye.
Hello.
Hello. I just realized that I've been like aggressively petting Dot out of screen, and I'm sure that this just looks lovely.
Just really enjoying those sexy scenes, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I still have on my phone, I still have a screenshot saved from when you were unboxing. I don't remember what it was, but you like pulled out like a pen holder and it looked like a dildo. It was so funny.
I remember that.
I thought we were having dick soap gate all over again.
What a time.
What a time. Oh my
Dot,
gosh.
what are you doing?
Well, that little reading session was intense.
Haha, I knew you'd get there.
On page, I've gone from 51 to 77. Was not expecting that to happen.
Mm.
Holy fuckballs.
Cooking with Sage. I missed it. I was so enthralled.
I was
Unfortunately.
totally watching Sage cook for a minute.
It's
What did
still
you make?
sizzling.
What
I'm
are
making honey chipotle pork chops. I'm like trying out I've gotten a bunch of free meals from like HelloFresh and all of those subscription boxes, you know. So I'm trying it out to see if any of them are actually worth it.
Mm-hmm. That sounds tasty.
We had Blue Apron, I think. I like that one.
Okay.
But I just can't sustainably afford it. But
Yeah.
it's good. It's good shit when you got it.
Mm-hmm.
We switched from HelloFresh to Gusto recently because HelloFresh just kept fucking up the deliveries. It's like every time something had been missing or the package would be damaged, and I'm just like, you know what, I can't be asked.
Dang.
So
This one I'm doing right now is called Every Plate, but then I opened it up and all the packaging was HelloFresh.
yeah, I think they're
I
a
don't
cheaper version of HelloFresh. I think HelloFresh owns them.
That makes sense.
Interesting. I've never bought from them because a few times Matt and I have talked about like, oh, maybe we should invest in that because, you know, grocery shopping is annoying, and also like trying to compile an actual meal with seasoning and everything. But then we look at the price tag and I'm like,
Don't you
No.
guys get offers for like your first boxes or whatever?
Mhm.
So it's like you
Yeah.
could have the little subscription for like those, like, you know, get your first box like half price or free or whatever. Just do it for those few and then just quit.
Keep
see, I'm afraid
Yeah.
I'll get addicted and then I won't be able to not continue. That's the
Oh,
thing.
I believe in you. You're stronger than that, Kathy. Come on.
I think it would be really good actually for your and Matt's lifestyles, like the way that you live and the way that I know you cook. I think
Yeah.
you guys would really like it. Like I think it'd be
We
worth
would.
it.
That's why I don't want to do any of the just get one, because then we'll just continue doing it.
I feel
I
like
think
there's simple enough that you can just save the recipe cards and then you can just go get that stuff at the grocery store and you already know how to make it because you've done it once.
Yeah.
True.
We have
The
like
other-
3 different recipes that we still use regularly.
The only other reason that I also have been tentative about it is because I am really picky. So I'm like nervous that I won't be able to find any like one set meal even that'll have nothing that I won't eat in it. Like, because I'm very
I think there's like something about like 20 options like between all the meal
Okay.
plans, because you can pick the like standard one, but you can also pick from the veggie, you can pick from the keto or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And
Maybe
all those
I'll-
are very picky, and he was fine.
That's
Not
good.
that I'm trying to get you to spend your money, but I just think you'd like it.
Yeah, I do think I would like it if I could find meals that I would like.
Natasha, I wish I had an Instant Pot.
Oh, I have one.
I
do
wish I
have
had one.
It's very nice. I got it over Christmas.
Jealous.
Yeah, StreamYard. I use it on the computer, and apparently you can also use it on your phone. I don't know. I've never used it on my phone, but it's relatively easy. You can have up to 10 people for the free version in a stream, and I think there's some sort of limit on how long you can live show, but I mean, I've done 3 hours and not had an issue, so I don't know what the free gets you versus the paid subscription. The paid version also you can make it pretty, but I don't care enough to do that.
That's how people get it all nice. It's like,
Yeah,
I want
like
this banner.
But I think that's paid. I think. I don't know if there might be some of it that is included. I haven't really played around with it.
I just think the free version's so good. Like, I have no interest in paying for it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys remember Google Hangouts and how simple that was? And then they just fucked it all up.
Yeah, I actually was thinking about that recently because I used to do Google Hangouts on like Safari, and whenever I do a live show, I have to use Google Chrome for StreamYard. But I actually think that StreamYard's more user-friendly as far as at least being the host of something. Like, I feel like it's easier to show things and all this stuff.
I agree.
Yep.
Oh my god. Natasha. Nice. Lunch and fed the butcher birds. Is this a type of bird? Do I need to look it up? Are they pretty?
That sounds intense.
They're like gray. Not that. I mean, they're okay. I don't want to shit on them, but they're meat to pack. So that's why.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What book are you reading, Jackie? Started Way of the House Husband, Volume 4. Is this a graphic novel?
It sounds like a manga.
So.
I have no idea though. It just sounds like a manga type to me.
Oh yeah, I didn't say how many pages I read. I was on 100 and now I'm on 128. And I do think I'm liking this book, but I was also still very uncomfortable.
Natasha, can I share this? Natasha just sent me a picture.
Natasha, let her share it. I need to see.
I don't think she'd care. I mean, it's of one of her Smurfs. Smurfs? Furbies.
Oh no, she's gonna be so offended you called them Smurfs.
How dare.
Oh
I
yeah.
have had about half a glass of, or a bottle of wine. It's fine.
Honestly, Smurfs and Furbies were both the nightmares of my childhood. So
just kidding. I can't show you. It's a secret project. But just
okay.
All right.
All right. I can imagine though. I can imagine what's happening. Yeah, I loved Furbies growing up. I was like one of the few of my friends who actually liked them. So anytime Natasha's posting all of her like fancy Furbies, I'm like, oh my god.
I love the photo shoots.
It's ridiculous. It's so amazing. I love it.
I never got the Furby hype, but watching Natasha is just on a whole new level. I'm like, yeah. When Natasha goes there, I'm just like, yeah, that'll do. I don't understand regular Furby hype. You've got to go above and beyond.
Oh, amazing.
I should see if I can find
yes.
Natasha.
I need to find a friend. That's what I'm getting at here. This is what I'm finding out. I need to find a friend.
I'll send you my recipe cards, Cass.
Yeah, okay.
Oh. Yeah, I'll send you. Do you like I've got pepper jack stuffed pork burgers and honey chipotle pork chops if you want.
I'm so picky.
What do you,
so good.
what's like give me your top 3 meals.
Okay, I do a lot of anything that has chicken and rice in it. Like any sort of mix of those two basics. Like I'm good on a lot of different flavors, but it's really the like type of meat that I'm like. So I do pulled pork and bacon, and then like no other pork, and then no beef. I eat sushi, but I do not eat any other fish. I think I've covered that. So, and then like there's like tofu and stuff. Usually I'm okay with the tofu, but what is that other, like tempeh? No, I'm not interested.
I've actually never had it, and I want to try it so bad.
I really like tempeh.
Do y'all have Cafe Yum in California?
I don't think so. It's not here.
I have like a tempeh bowl that's really good.
Hmm. I'm like over here, like, I'll see about that.
Cassie,
Yeah.
have I sent you my favorite chicken recipe, the Peruvian like cilantro chicken?
Yes, you have. I have not made it though, but I have
That
it saved on
sounds
Pinterest.
good.
Oh, I'll drop it in the. I don't know if I can send it to. Like, can I send it to the regular chat?
I
did
think
have it
it'll
on
work,
the
but I'm not
Disney
sure.
Plus. I sent it. I think it worked. That's my favorite meal, and it's so easy. I just send it to every person I know ever. Like, it's so good. I know, Dottie.
Apparently, HelloFresh has their recipes on their website, but it doesn't always include measurements. And this is an interesting fact about me too, because even though I'm not very adventurous, like I was just talking about, like with my meats and stuff, I tend to be really adventurous with flavors, and I don't ever use measurements. I'm just like, well, we'll see. It'll either taste great or it'll taste gross. We don't know.
Normally when I'm doing the meals from like HelloFresh or Gusto, it's like I'll follow the recipe like to the letter the first time, and then when we've had it, I'm kind of like, okay, needs more garlic, needs this, less of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do.
That's my one thing. My one complaint about an Instant Pot, even though I do like it for its convenience, it's also dangerous to play that game because you can't taste as you go at all. You can't like unpressurize it. So
I think if you do the meal in like the crock pot first off,
Yeah.
like, you know, if you do that and then obviously you can do it in the Instant Pot and it's a lot faster.
Like once you perfect it and you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of the like family channels that I watch, they do like they always like prep things and put them in baggies in their freezer, and like you can just pull it out later. And I'm just like, I do not have my life together enough for that. I just started freezing bananas when they go bad. I never.
That is life changing.
It really is.
It's so
I just
good.
make banana bread. It's like
Yeah,
we get bananas for Wyatt, and it's like he'll go through phases where he just wants to eat all the bananas, and then he'll stop. So it's like I'm like that, and then tie a bunch of bananas going extremely ripe, and I'm just like, hee, banana bread.
Okay, see, I think that's my issue too, Natasha. Give me some things. You made in that vlog that you made, I think it was like around your anniversary, and you read House of Leaves, which I agree with you in every way possible about that book. But you were making this food. Don't remember what you were making, but I remember being like, please give me the ingredients. I need to know the list. So Natasha, if you know what I'm talking about, help.
Yeah, recipes normally always need more garlic.
Yeah,
garlic is the safe bet. Salt.
Yep.
I over garlic everything. It's my favorite. Garlic and pepper, you can't have enough.
As I get older, though, I've started realizing like I think I'm a little bit sensitive. Like I start getting gassy when I eat too much garlic, and I'm just like, this is really unfortunate because I like garlic.
You've married Matt now. He's locked in. It makes no difference. Just
it's more about like a comfort. Like my stomach gets like painful when I get really bloated, and so like gassy also. But then just like me uncomfortable and like trying to figure out how to sit.
I really burpy sometimes. Aldo just loves it. I'm like, sorry. I love garlic too much to give it up.
Making me so hungry.
Okay, I'm also really bad with remembering things, but I will try. I will try my darndest.
If I remember, I'll text both of you.
Great. Do we want to do another sprint? How do we feel? Do we want to do one more before finishing off with another chat? Can't eat onion or garlic? That's depressing. And those two things are like the key in most recipes. There's this one recipe that I have. It's just like from Pinterest. It's a Tuscan chicken, and it's like a sauce. So like it has chicken in it. And you can either do it with like chicken breast and then make the sauce, or I always like to dice the chicken so it's like more in it. And then you can put it over pasta, rice, whatever you want. So it's like this creamy, like kind of Alfredo almost, similar to that. And it has sun-dried tomatoes in it. But the first ingredient that you put in the pot or pan is a whole garlic. I mean, a whole onion. A whole onion. Diced. And
That's
then there's also
nasty.
garlic in it.
Did you send that recipe, Chelsea?
I did not go through here. I'll private chat it to you. So at least you guys
I don't care what to do.
am.
I'm gonna copy and paste it, and then I'm gonna tweet it from the Touching My Shelf Twitter for those of you who are watching. If you
I
want
just
it.
make it all the time. It uses an entire bunch of cilantro as like the sauce. If you don't like
What is
cilantro,
it called again? Peruvian cilantro something?
I mean it's like it's arroz con pollo, like it's rice and chicken, but I think the person who developed the recipe is Peruvian. So I'm just obsessed with it. I love it. And I always
I
add
found out that I've got
Yummy.
tongue issue with my tongue. It's called like geographical tongue, where there's like loads of like random cracks all over your tongue. I don't know. I think pregnancy did my body dirty. And basically I can't handle spice anymore, which sucks. It's like we had crab linguine for dinner, and Chris put like half a teaspoon of chili flakes in it, and I was like, this is spicy.
I'm so sad.
It really is.
I can't hear the word linguine without thinking about Ratatouille.
Oh my god, yes.
I love Ratatouille. That's a solid movie. Is that
Top
Disney?
tier Pixar movie. Yes, Pixar.
Okay.
Ooh, God, I love Pixar.
Me too. I really want to watch that new one that just came out.
The Reina, the Dragon.
Soul? Oh, that.
Yeah, Raya or Raya. It looks so cute. It looks like Milan, but better.
I still haven't watched the live action Mulan yet, and I haven't watched Soul either.
Soul is cute. I
Soul
boycott
is
the
good.
live action Disney movies, so I haven't watched that either. I
don't think I've watched any of the. I've only watched like the live action Beauty and the Beast, and I was scarred. It's like the Beast looks so wrong. Like, what did you do? I mean, you've clearly got enough money for a
Kelsey's
budget
making
to
the
make.
I'm into it face.
Oh no! Oh no! I mean, in the cartoon, I had a crush on the Beast. In the actual, like, you know, when I was younger, I had a crush on the Beast. But no, not in the live action. Not even slightly. Ugh.
Chelsea has had the dreams.
Oh no!
I've actually only seen the live action Beauty and the Beast, and I did like it, but they decided to get rid of my favorite song, and they decided to change my second favorite song. And so from there on, I was like, we don't fuck with the live actions anymore. I was mad. They got rid. Well, to be fair, okay, so my favorite song in Beauty and the Beast isn't in the cartoon version either. It's only in the play. It's called Home. And it happens like right after her dad leaves the prison, and then she's still in the prison part. And it's all about like wanting to go home. It's such a beautiful song. And so I was like expecting that to be in the live action because you've got more time because you're not in a cartoon. Didn't do it. And then my other favorite song is To Be Human Again. And they changed it and they made it a different song. I was pissed.
Yeah,
it's like
I
the
didn't like
same
that.
song, but not the same song.
Blech. That's no.
How do you like it? How did you like it? Was it good?
It makes me too sad.
It's
Like,
very
it's not enough.
disorienting.
Yeah.
Disorienting?
first-
Is that what you said?
I said it was disorienting because it's so realistic, but like they're mouths move while they're talking. I don't know. It's very, very weird.
I've got the clearest memory of when I was watching The Lion King on my own, the original, when I was like, younger, when it first like came out like VHS. I was just, like sobbing so hard after Mufasa died. I was just in pieces, and my dad came in my room and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm just like, "Dad." And he just looked at the TV, looked at me, and then just backed out of the room, closed the door. It was just like, yeah, I ain't dealing with that.
So good. So sad. Which
So
live
sad.
action Cinderella are we discussing? Because if we're talking about Brandy, yes. If we're talking about the other one, I haven't seen it, so I don't have an opinion.
It's also
don't-
very good.
Is it?
I like
who's
I
the main character in it?
Lily James.
Yeah, she was in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look her up.
I saw that
The
movie on a really
costumes.
bad Tinder date though.
Ooh,
Back in the day.
That's
the
funny.
Disney one. Okay,
I
got it.
love bad Tinder date stories.
It was
Yeah.
so bad.
Sage just slides in.
She's like, tell me more.
I know. I want to hear the bad Tinder date story.
The worst part is that it was a second date.
Oh no.
So like there was potential, but it just really didn't go there. And the person like wanted to like make out in the theater, watching a children's Disney movie on a Saturday like early afternoon.
Oh no.
That's not the vibe.
And it was like
Not the
open weekend, so there were kids everywhere. It was awful.
See, I'm just like, I've paid for a movie. Just get your face away.
And I paid for the tickets, which I don't care. But after I paid for the tickets, we went to walk around the mall, and they decided that they could buy a $90 Lego kit, but they couldn't buy movie tickets. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
All right.
Never again.
I was just like, priorities. You're a dick. Okay.
Which, like, I like Legos, but
I don't like Legos that much.
yeah.
Okay, I need to know the story of the Sweeney Todd because I love Sweeney Todd.
When I
So
was
I
in
need-
8th grade, I watched that movie probably every day because I'm very much in love with Helena Bonham Carter.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too. It's why I cried during the 8th movie of She Who Shall Not Be Named. And I cried because I love Bonham Carter and she dies. Even though what's her face is a terrible person, but
Yeah, but you've got to love the line that Molly Weasley says just before. It's like, yes, you go, Mum.
Yeah. What? So where is 83% into the movie? Like, what have you seen? What? Tell me more. I need more information.
Now I just have I feel you.
Joanna.
Totally gonna watch it later. Matt will be so mad. Sitting down for the first time. Ooh, 3-story theater.
God, I miss Seattle.
I miss movie theaters.
Yes,
That's great.
correct.
Goodbye, Angel.
Bye.
Walk over.
Like Lego blocks or
I think that's where we were at. I think this is a Lego reference.
Got it. Yes.
I think
Yeah.
that's where we came from. But like, yeah.
I really love the stages just sliding in and out.
Sorry.
It's like she slides out and then she hears blocks over cocks, slides back in. Nice.
56 times. It's actually the effing Joanna song that I'm like, I can't, I'm done. Okay, yeah, Joanna, her song, well, do you mean the song she sings or the song about Joanna that Paula was just singing about I Feel You? Because Joanna's song, the really high one, is kind of annoying. But
impressive.
Yeah,
You know,
impressive,
like-
but
I used to try to
Yeah,
sing
you don't
that
want
all
to
the
listen
time.
to it over and over.
What's everyone's like like disappointing musical when you've actually not seen it, when you've actually seen the movie of it?
Chicago. Well,
Okay.
that was
Mm.
that movie. I love the movie, but I saw it on stage and super disappointed by it. I was super disappointed by the stage performance,
Right,
which is
okay.
not the usual way of things. But the movie has all of these, costumes, and it's very like bright, and so many costume changes, which is obviously unrealistic in a stage play, but the stage play only has them in like a black like piece of lingerie. All of them only wear a black lingerie, and the only thing that changes is the lighting goes from like when they're actually in the prison scenes, it'll have this lighting that's like crisscross, so it looks like there's jail shadow on them. And then when they go into the like Imagine This songs, where it's supposed to be like in their heads, basically, that lighting goes away, and that's it. That's the only shift. It's so disappointing when you've seen fucking Queen Latifah in that gold outfit and boobies out.
Yeah,
That's not what happens.
that's just Queen Latifah made that movie.
Oh, so good. I just love everyone in that film. It's so amazing. Like Richard Gere. I always say his name wrong.
Yeah.
In the song about it's like his introductory song when he's talking about how he doesn't want money or money isn't important, but then it's all about money. Oh, so good.
I haven't watched that movie in ages.
Anyone else's worst one?
I really just love that Sage is just like vibing with their dinner, like just fucking chilling.
It's really good. Listen, I think the Brussels sprouts perfectly.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, that's
I love sprouts.
major.
Oh, Dot, do you need to say something?
My mom loves Brussels sprouts.
Talk about gas. While we're on that.
It's like
They
the smell of
smell
Christmas.
so bad to me.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts.
But I do like them sometimes, like if they're cooked well. Like the other night, we went to this like bougie restaurant on accident. Actually, we didn't know it was bougie until we got there. And my friend Kelsey had ordered Brussels sprouts, and so she had me try one. I enjoyed. It was like dunked in balsamic. What did you say?
What? Huh?
You said something, but then I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said I want to cook for you so bad.
Oh yeah.
I need you to tell me everything you hate. Make a list. Or
that's a long list. A better list is what I like. That one's
I've gotten
shorter.
so much better from the last time I cooked for you.
Yeah. What
The Waitress
did you
soundtrack.
make me that?
So good.
Oh, yes.
I think I made like some sort of fake, like not fake, like but not great doll for you. I've gotten much better.
Yeah, you
doll.
make me some good food.
Have you ever done like chicken biryani?
I don't know what that means. Help.
It's an Indian dish, and it's basically chicken and rice, which I think you're just like yeah.
That sounds tasty. I love Indian spices. Okay, I want to come back to this because Waitress is one of my favorite soundtracks. I absolutely love it. I listen to What Baking Can Do, and then Everything Changes, and then the song that she's talking about having to go on a date and she's scared that he's going to be from an insane asylum or something. It's a funny one. I don't remember, but it's the friend.
Oh yeah.
It's the one that Colleen played when she was on stage, Miranda singing. So good. I haven't listened to it in a while because it's not a good time for me right now. But normally, it's a good one.
The worst movie representation of a musical that I had was Into the Woods.
Oh,
Like the songs were okay, but it was just the entire movie just sucked balls. I was like, and it's got Meryl Streep in it as well. I'm like, the cast when you think about the cast and everyone who's in it, you think, oh my god, this is going to be amazing, and then you watch it and you're just like, Jesus Christ, I'm bored.
I didn't even know there was a movie. I was in a production of Into the Woods in 7th grade, and I played the witch.
Wow.
Ooh.
You probably did
Big
it
role.
better than Meryl Streep. Just
Well,
saying.
you know, maybe I deserve an Emmy.
I like that movie, the movie version. I've never seen the stage version, but it was very long. But I love
It is really long.
the costumes and everything. There's so many like amazing actors and actresses in it.
I think if I had to pick a music soundtrack that like I don't, or I guess I don't. Okay, I recognize that it's like a phenomenon and it's like very meaningful. Thank you all though. I don't like musicals where they sing the dialogue. So as much as I want to love Rent, I really struggle with Rent.
Okay, Rent isn't a musical. Rent is technically an opera, and if you get more specific, it's considered a rock opera. So if you're
Really?
looking at another one that's just like that, huh?
Like Repo, isn't that a genetic opera or something?
Yes, love Repo. It's so good.
I haven't seen that one, but like Hamilton's also technically an opera. There's like very few lines spoken in either one. So don't
with,
watch Rent thinking it's a musical.
I've
Same
never
with
seen
Jesus Christ
Rent.
Superstar. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Is that one
a
too?
rock opera. Rock opera.
I haven't seen that one.
The 70s version is absurd. I mean, it's like as 70s as you can get, and it's like I didn't realize I watched it in high school and then had to take a like theology class in college, and it's like direct quotes from the Bible, which just entertains me. Like I truly thought it would be like they had to have changed something, right, to like make it into a rock opera. It's like word for word, which is
It's
highly
just
entertaining
Bible
to me.
the entire time, but in music form, rock.
Pretty
music form?
much.
Wow.
Maybe not the entire thing, but like I remember reading for class and being like, I've never read the Bible before. Why do I know this? And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh my god, amazing.
I had to read the Bible for my middle school, public school, like summer homework.
What?
Read it as like a work of literature instead of like a religious text.
That's not a good work
Yeah.
of literature.
No.
It was not.
Yeah, especially for middle school.
Yeah,
It's
we were
definitely it's a work of
reading the
fiction.
Bible. It was weird.
Weird. I had a friend take like religious studies or something in high school, and this was at a public school in a very non-religious area. And so she thought that it was going to be like a class about religion, and she was like she thought it was going to be like a Bible study class because she was a person who went to Christian like Sunday school, and then she went to like a Wednesday church group and stuff too. That was not what it was. It was like looking at the Bible as if it's a work of fiction and like breaking it down. And she was so angry the entire time. It's just like, this sounds great.
A really good biblical book that's not the Bible is called Nama by Sarah Blake. And it is from the perspective of Noah's wife, who's like never named in the Bible, but they name her Nama in this book. But she's like super queer and gender fluid, and it like moves through her reality and her like dream sequences. It's so good.
That's cool.
How do you spell it?
Oh, what's that book called?
Yeah, we're all
It's
like
called Nama, Naamah. Also, Sarah Blake, the author, comments on my YouTube videos sometimes.
Wow. I was gonna say, I think I've heard you talk about this.
It's really good. I heard about it from Jesse from Bow Ties and Books.
yes, I recognize this cover.
Here's the cover for the chat if you're looking it up and you want the cover. Or at least this is
Highly
a
underrated.
cover.
It looks so good.
Nice.
Speaking of things looking good, just the end paper of this.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
So pretty. Very H.R. Geiger-esque, in my opinion. But it's so pretty.
I'm so excited to read House of Earth and Blood again. I'm like scared because it's big. And I really want to find the audiobook version of it because I've already read it once. So I'm like, I want the audiobook version of it.
I have the audiobook version, so I technically bought this book 3 times now.
That's a lot
I've
of
not even
times.
read it, but I've got the book 3 times. I'm like,
What book
What
was
is
it
one
again?
of those House of Earth and Blood, Crescent City, Sarah J. Maas.
We read that together.
I have to read it again this month. I'm ready. Nervous, but ready. Chelsea, you should join the live show.
I read
Do
it. I remember. I've got thoughts. Although
August
I remember
7th.
nothing about Akatar. Sorry.
I mean April.
I was gonna say
2nd.
August. You're planning way
That's
ahead.
not what I meant. I just got the A's confused. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Well, I've just got to the part after the demon shows up. So I was like, I don't know if I think I might have to go back and look at what my face does on the chat because I was just like, huh? What
Oh my
the
god,
hell?
my face in the chat is just gonna be me like,
When we started the last sprint, you were just like hiding your face. It was really funny.
they were really banging hard. Like they were going. It was just like,
Have you ever been in public when you've been listening to a book that like turns very, very sexual and you start like that like seeping like blush coming up and you're like you're turning it down and we're like, can anybody hear this?
I don't know if any of you have
Like
tried
take it out a little.
variant, but I can
I was
listen-
gonna literally say the same thing.
I listen to audiobooks at work and I've listened to like all of the ones that I've read at work. And sometimes they're like working, but I'm just listening to like someone getting DP'd by an alien. Like whatever.
Yeah.
One time I was reading on my phone at my work that I used to work at, which is a teen residential for girls. And like they're not allowed to read anything inappropriate, right? So I'm like reading, and whatever book I was reading, don't remember off the top of my head what it was. It has some sort of sex scene, but it wasn't like I didn't expect it to be sexy. So this is why I was like, yeah, this is a safe one to read while they're like all sitting in a circle and we're like doing something quiet, which is why I'm on my phone. And all of a sudden it starts going and I'm like, oh no. Like I turned my phone off or like closed it, but I'm like all heated and embarrassed and like I'll fucking notice. So they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. What do you mean?
I had that when I had an audiobook on when I was like cleaning up the living room and it was just on. Didn't think it was gonna be like, you know, sexual in any way, shape or form. Bearing in mind I've got like, you know, a teenager there, other half, he's doing his thing, whatever, just like whatever, and it turned sexy and I was just like stop. And then the teenagers just sat there going, oh.
Oh no, the teenagers are the worst. Yeah, I also was driving home one time from my grandma's house, which is like 4 hours away. So it's just me and Matt. And Matt is like trying to kind of sleep. So he's got headphones in, but I'm listening to an audiobook out loud. I was listening to that new Jennifer L. Armentrout one. What is that one called?
From Blood and Ash.
From Blood and Ash. And it started going. And I was just like, oh no. And so I'm driving and I'm just like looking over at him. And he's like trying not to react. And I'm just like, do I keep it going or do I pause it? Like, I don't even know what's better. Like, it's so embarrassing sometimes. And then we finally get home. He never mentioned anything. So I just let it keep going because I was like, maybe he's just sleeping and I haven't noticed. And so we get back to the house and he's like, so is that what you're listening to all the time? Oh, God. Don't need to know. Firekeeper's Daughter.
Oh, I have the
I read that.
audiobook of that.
What did you?
Gotta go look this up.
I think it was okay, but I don't really like YA mystery is what I discovered reading that book. It was kind of cheesy for me, but
It's a mystery? Wow, I have no idea. I would not have guessed that. I guess I know nothing about this book.
The cover's really pretty.
Yeah.
And from what I've all of the own voices that I've heard about the Indigenous representation say that's like amazing. So I think it's good for that in itself.
See, I already put it on my to be read, like want to read. Like I put it on my shelf in March, but no, so I was like, didn't even remember it.
Also, for some reason, it's categorized as queer on Goodreads, but it's not. There's nothing queer in it, unfortunately.
Sometimes that happens when the author is queer. I wonder if the author is queer.
Interesting.
I think they've taken that off because it doesn't look like it's
on there anymore.
in their name.
Yeah. It just has young adult, mystery, fiction, contemporary, thriller, fantasy, audiobook, YA, contemporary, teen as the genres on Goodreads now.
Yeah, it's like when they keep putting like Nevernight and stuff in YA, and it's like,
no.
She says there's like, a sex scene within like the first couple of chapters, and like, one of her favorite words is cunt. It is not YA.
I love that.
It's like
part.
putting the poppy war in YA.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, both of you were talking. I missed all of that. What are you saying, Sage?
I said that's like putting the poppy war in YA.
Yeah.
No way.
I did not expect it to be that long. Firekeeper's Daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting it to look shorter than that.
Let me see how long the audio is. I think I have the audio from Libro.
That's how I have it. Yeah.
Legendborn thought it was sick.
I thought that was queer too. Good to know.
Interesting. Yeah, I also thought it was queer. The most recent book that I've read with a sapphic romance was Girls of Paper Fire. Thoroughly enjoyed. I did not remember. I remembered after somebody mentioned it to me that it was going to have a sapphic romance, but I didn't remember as I was starting it. And so I was trying to decipher if the romance was going to be like actually with the king, who's like the one who has 8-9 concubines. And I was like, are we going to go there? No, I hope not.
Yeah, that part, that was gross.
It was, I mean, it takes you enough off the page to like still get to claim YA, I think. But was not the nicest of scenes.
See, I would have read the second one. I know you've think someone already asked you to buddy read it with them. Was it you?
I think it was Emily.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me know when you're doing it, and I'll jump in on the buddy read too.
I've had it for ages.
I was waiting. I want to wait until.
We gotta do this.
Oh, hello, Chelsea.
I love her little cart.
She's making us some biscuits.
Isn't that technically your TBR cart that has just turned into a dot cart?
Yeah, it's a cat bed now. They just love it.
I claim this as my own. Thank you very much.
That's like, so we have this office here, which is where Matt keeps going in and out of. So up until January, we had Matt's brother living with us too. So that was his bedroom. And then when he moved out, we turned it back into an office. Matt's computer's in there. Mine is out in here. And then we started moving all of our workout equipment and things in this room. So we have a bench and everything. And Matt was really a stickler since we moved everything, saying he didn't want the cats to be allowed in there because he was worried that the cat would start destroying the chair that he has, which is fine, whatever. So he's been keeping the door closed. Well, until like 3 days ago, because it started getting hot and that room does not have good airflow. So he's now started opening the door. Immediately, Hedwig has claimed the workout bench as his new bed. And I have not seen him any days until just now because I went and got him and closed the door. So now he's in here just living his best life.
I love you.
I know. He won't hang out with me though. He's mad. Why are you mad? He's mad because I'm giving him all these meds. He's on like a daily med, normally all the time. But then also he got an infection from the meds. So then he had to have 2 meds for 7 days. And he's bitter about it.
What you said on Twitter about getting charged extra for, like, you know, going in with the sassy cat, I was like, that's just rude. You shouldn't be charged more because the cat is, you know, it's
An
like
asshole.
Cats are assholes in general. I mean, you know, we love them and they're amazing, but cats are dicks. Let's be real.
Yeah,
especially when they go to the vet.
They always try to charge me, and what we end up doing is, like, I have to get on the. Well, normally it would be in person, but because of COVID, it's on the phone. So then I have to get the vet on the phone with me, and he's like, "Well, like, we're pretty sure that what he has is the same, like, bacteria infection that he gets about once a year from the long-term steroids that he's on."
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, probably what would fix it is a 7-day antibiotic. And he's like, but we like to do the, like, deep checking of something or other in the throat to make sure, like, it's not something serious like cancer or whatever. And he's like, the other option would be to give you the antibiotic, and then if it doesn't work, come back. And I'm like, we're going to do that. I'm not paying $100. So it seems to be working, I guess. Oh yeah.
Wow.
He's trying to get bread.
Can I tell a story that just happened?
Yeah.
All day today, Otto, which is my 3-month-old baby, has had this like bruise on their hand. I was freaking out because I was like, this baby shouldn't have a bruise. They just woke up from a nap and they're sucking on their hand, giving themselves a hickey. I can't believe it.
Sweet bean.
They just need that comfort. It's just
I know. That's right.
That's silly.
I think my sister used to do that too.
Oh, Papa!
Cutest babe.
Oh,
Say hello to the world.
Oh, Papa!
Look at you.
Oh my
He's like, what the heck's going on? Oh, such a cutie.
So cute.
Look at these thighs.
Oh, such chunk.
Oh, chunky thighs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sweet baby.
the best thing, skidgy baby thighs.
Oh my god.
You can't even like
huge.
feel.
I'm
Do you
very
know how much?
self-inflicted.
What?
Yeah.
That's,
Chelsea said that she's glad it's a self-inflicted hickey and not something
Yeah.
scary or worse.
oh,
Sweet.
actually sleeping in his bed, not on the couch, like
They always
straight in the pillow.
always remind me of horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really freaky when he's awake. When he's like, he doesn't want to like be asleep, he'll like look directly at the camera,
my
and because it's like black and white, he's got like that like silver sheen across the eyes, and it's just like, you look so creepy, child.
That's so scary.
So creepy. Ugh.
Dang.
Who's part Elvira de Mau Mau?
Is that Natasha's cat?
Yes.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
What's this?
Whose dog? Who are the dog in?
Sage had their dog
Their
on too.
dog in.
Oh.
There's one dog. The other dog is begging.
Oh.
I have a lot of cute things around me.
Crescent roll.
How many
Yeah, no
dogs
kidding.
do you have? Because you also showed a Saint Bernard the other day in a vlog.
Oh yeah, I have 2 dogs. The Saint Bernard is owned by the guy who owns the property, so he just wanders around. But he's like 8, which is really old for a Saint Bernard, so he's kind of shaky.
Mm.
He'll just plop down and stay there for hours.
Gotcha.
And we have a cat named Waldo, and he'll just disappear for days. So, where's Waldo is a common phrase.
Yeah. Aptly named.
Does
Mhm.
Waldo get to go outside, I assume?
Mhm.
Yeah. He just disappears.
I'm too
I don't
scared.
let mine outside without me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
me neither.
city dwelling. Like, no.
Yeah.
Too many cars. Too many cars.
We have like coyotes and a bobcat, but Waldo can hold his own.
Yeah. I have, well, where my dad lives, it's still city enough, but it's got like lots of hills and stuff. And so when they initially moved out there, it was less like developed. And so there was a lot of like mountain lions and coyotes out there. So like mountain lions were rare, but coyotes all the time. And then now it's still like coyotes sometimes. And so one of our friends, like family friends, she's had like 2 or 3 little dogs, like Shih Tzus or something. And she let them all out into her backyard. And one of them got snatched.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And like, that's terrifying to me. Like, what the heck? And then my other friends who live like in the San Diego area, but in one of the like smaller, like outside of the main city towns, they live like in the mountains. For those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, I will inevitably take this picture every once in a while when I go and visit them. And it's just like mountain range inside of this like house with all glass. That's their house. So yeah, mountain range. Coyotes all the time on their mountain hills, like in their backyard. And they have like a gated area, but the coyotes look like they could fit through it if they really wanted to, or jump over it. Like, it's not that secure. It freaks me
Cassie,
out.
do you not have coyotes in Long Beach?
No.
Oh, we have them here.
I mean, maybe every once in a while, but like, no. Although, he's such a baby.
Baby.
Poor baby.
Pet baby.
It's like I've had a taste
Otto
of
does not
fame.
like coyotes.
No.
We don't have coyotes in the UK. We have a lot of
Not at
foxes,
all?
though. No,
Oh,
we have
yeah.
foxes.
Coyotes
Matt
are
did
mean.
get chased. Yeah.
Hmm?
Matt got chased by a dog the other day in Long Beach. He was out running. So he goes running every other, and he's for like a 5-mile run, and he doesn't bring his phone. It irritates me because like, what if you die? How am I going to know?
Mhm.
Because he doesn't have an ID on him or anything. Like, what if you get hit by a car? I don't know. So he comes back like an hour later, and then I am at work in my office there. And so it takes like another hour, and then finally I have a break or whatever, and he comes in, he's like, I got chased by a dog today. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you got chased by a dog today and are just now mentioning it? So he tells me that this big pit bull, which I'm sad that it was a pit bull because they have a bad rep.
Mm-hmm.
Pit bulls are great when they're not
Yeah.
by humans to be bad.
There's
Yeah.
no bad dogs, just bad owners.
Yeah, so he's like running down the street and all of a sudden starts hearing like a dog, and he said it was like kind of growling but like not really barking, but it was like chasing after him. So he like tries to divert and like run away from it, but of course pitbull fast. So it catches up to him, and then he's like thinking like, what the fuck do I do? So he like stops and kind of like leans down and pushes at the shoulder of this dog. Like, why did you think to do that? I don't know, but it worked, because then the dog like backs up and kind of just like looks at him, and then Matt just kind of looks at it and then starts to like turn to walk away, and then the dog also turned and walked away. What? Like, how anticlimactic, but good that it was anticlimactic.
So Matt is a dog, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I think, like, my guess, because I asked Matt if the dog had a leash. I mean, not a leash, a collar. And Matt said he thinks he remembers that it had a collar. So I'm thinking that it either, like, got out on accident but was around its home, or was trained to be really territorial, whichever one. And so he, like, ran past home, and the dog was like, get out of my space. And then the second that he stopped and also was no longer in the space, the dog was like, okay, we're fine. Everything's fine.
Right.
See, it makes no difference to me. I mean, it's like an attack dog could actually, like, come up to me and just be, like, snarling, like, drooling and all of everything. I'd just drop to my knees and be like, oh, poochie, 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 poochie. I've got, like, no fear when it comes to dogs. I'm like, yeah, you can bite me. I don't care. You such a doggy.
I am pretty good at, like, understanding if dogs or cats are, like, playing or if they're actually mad. Like, I'm not usually too worried if I'm, like, if I can tell that they're in a playful mood. I'm not worried about them, like, swatting at me or, like, putting my hand in. Usually have a pretty good sense of, like, which one is okay for this animal. But I've noticed sometimes, like, my stepmom gets really nervous when I play with our dogs like that, because we have, like, a big dog. I don't know what he is, but he's huge. He's bigger than a lab. I don't know. He's some sort of mutt. And my stepmom gets really nervous when I play with him like that, because, like, I mean, he fit, like, that much of my hand into his mouth. I'm like, he's not going to hurt me. He's just playing. But he could accidentally hurt me. I mean, like, recognize the danger.
I had that when we had our dog, who we had to put down. But we used to, like, play and whatever, and it's like he used to kind of, like, he was very not territorial, but he was, like, you know, very protective of women. But even when we were, like, kind of playing and stuff, it's like he kind of, like, you know, gnaw on you, kind of, like, bite but never, like, break the skin. But it would be quite funny if someone, like, tried to jump in and, like, you know, play with, and it's like he'd just go for them. He'd be like, no, not human. And my best friend used to love taking the mick. Well, not taking the mick, but she'd, like, slap me to get a rise out of the dog. Like, I'm only playing. I'm like, bitch, you're hitting me. Like that.
Yeah. Sage, if you want to come back, you can. If you feel overwhelmed by a baby, then you don't have to. Don't feel obligated. But we'd love to have you back if you want to come back. Or we can also, like, we can start to wind down too, because realistically, I was only planning on being here until 8. It's almost 9.
Also, Paula, what time is it for you?
It is 5
She's
to 5
insane.
in the morning.
She's insane.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm over here. It's at midnight, and I'm like, geez, that gotta
I'm over here 9, and I'm like, oh god, okay.
Like I said, I was up all day yesterday, so my sleep schedule's all kerfuffed anyway.
That's true.
Someone in the chat, I think they said that they just joined and they were asking if we were going to have one more sprints.
I think
What?
Huh?
What did I say?
I think you were saying we're done with sprints.
Yeah. Yes. We're going to be done. We're going to be done. We're too much. I'm too much. I'm tired. I've had 2 glasses of gin. I can't stay on the internet. Kerfuffled.
It sounds like you're going nocturnal.
Paula is basically always nocturnal.
Yeah, because Paula, you are always around.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
Not good. I just can't believe it. Like, I can't hang past 9 p.m. And we're on the West Coast. We have the most advantage, and I'm always like,
I think it makes it even, like, more extreme that, like, you know, I've got an almost 4-year-old and a almost 15-year-old.
Is your 15-year-old also nocturnal? Because that's the normal age that you go nocturnal.
No, he's not a morning person, but he's like, he will get up at, like, 6 a.m.
That's a morning person.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not one of those that's like, you know, hi, let's
Happy.
go in the morning. Yeah, he's just like, I'm awake.
My
Yeah.
brother's like that.
That's also me.
I wish I could be a morning person, but I'm only a morning person if I've stayed up all the night. Then I'm like, yes, I'm awake. Let's do things. Let's go.
Oh, I love sleep way too much to stay up all night.
I love sleep. I just, you know, it doesn't.
It evades you.
I don't get a lot of it. Insomnia is fun.
Aldo gets mad at me because I sleep like so easily. Like I just put my head down and I'm asleep.
Oh, that's like
So
Adam.
jealous. So
Adam's
jealous.
like that too.
Matt and I are both like that, but inevitably not at the same time. And like the things that make us sleep are also pretty opposite. So like you want to make me fall asleep really quick is like either putting my head on his chest so I can hear his heartbeat and breathing. I know it's so obnoxious, but it's so true. But like that's because I grew up like not grew up, but like when I was younger, I shared a bed with my mom and she would let me do that. So like it's immediately sleep and scratching my back, immediate sleep. And then of course, inevitably, if I lay down while watching a movie, yes, I fall asleep within 10 minutes. But Matt is like, he needs to be like a bridge by himself, no touching, no cuddles. If I touch him, he can't sleep. And the second that he puts his head on the pillow, as long as he's in his perfect placement, then he's asleep. So it's like exactly the opposite of what each other want.
I'm a bed hog starfish, and I fall asleep immediately. That's why I had to upgrade to a king size bed because I just took up the whole bed.
I'm a true fetal position.
Yeah,
me too.
See, I used to sleep on my front, but obviously when my back gave up, like, can no longer be a front sleeper. So it's like, yeah, I'm definitely. It's like I still sleep with my pregnancy pillow and stuff. It's like we need a bigger bed because it's like me and the pregnancy pillow, and then Chris. And he's like, I'm always hanging off the edge of the bed, and I'm like, I don't care. I need to be comfy.
I want a different pillow just for me. They look so comfy.
Oh, they are.
Same.
It's the comfiest thing.
Oh yeah. Do you guys sleep? Those of you with partners who share the same bed, do you guys sleep heads together, like facing each other, heads apart, or like one and one? Like how?
I can't. If we roll over in the night and he's like, you know, breathing on me, I'm just like, yeah, no. And I've got to roll over. I don't care if I'm comfy. I can't deal with being breathed on.
I'm a mouth breather at night, so I face away for courtesy.
Yeah, that's too many people for a small bed. Yeah, how do we sleep? I asked the question, now I'm trying to think. Okay, so Matt usually falls asleep on his back, and then he either turns in or out, and it changes. I usually start by facing him, and inevitably he's not facing me at that point. And then at some point in I flip and sleeping away from his face. But if and when we face each other, it does not last long because one of us gets mad about each other's breath. But fun fact too, I used to be a sleep mouth breather, and Matt would complain about my breath in the morning so often that I trained myself to sleep with my mouth closed. I don't fucking know how, but I did. I don't sleep with my mouth open anymore.
I try to sleep with my mouth closed, and inevitably it doesn't work. Like whenever I was just last year, but it wasn't last year, it was 2 years ago, when I went to New York with Madeline and Alexa. I tried so hard. I was like, okay, you're going to sleep like this.
I agree, Natasha. I'm definitely always the big spoon. I'm a weird one though. I don't like being cuddled. It's like he's like a human radiator. So it's like it's like when I'm cuddling, and it's like I just start to get really sweaty, and it's like I have like mild claustrophobia anyway, and when someone's got their arm over you and they're sleeping, it's just like a dead weight. I'm like, no, get off me.
I will say,
like
Aldo and I have our own blankets. I know some people think that's weird, but
Matt
I like
has
to.
been trying to convince me to do that, and I'm like, no, I refuse.
I like to be a burrito.
That's why he wants us to have our own blankets, because I always steal the blankets, and I'm like, if you would actually touch me while we're asleep, then I wouldn't need more blankets because you're hot.
It's like people that like cuddling after sex. I'm like, no, it's like, you're hot, you're sweaty, get away from me.
That I agree with. I'm like, don't touch me.
Post shower, sure.
Like, up over my face. Gooey Gus will kill me. Is that your cat? Is Gooey Gus another cat?
I assume it's like Boogeyman.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's another good question. Do you guys sleep with the blanket over your face, or do you have to have? How do you do it?
I have it covered
Definitely
in
not
my
over
ear.
my face.
I have it over my ear because obviously I sleep on my side. It's like I kind of like have to, no matter how warm it is, I always have to have a little bit of blanket over me, even if it's just like a little triangle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I'll kind of like have it over me, like over my shoulder and on my ear, but that's about it.
My entire body has to be protected from the monsters.
Mhm.
Oh,
Sage
So just
sleeps in a
here?
hoodie. Oh my god.
me too.
No.
Well, no, I sleep in. This is my sleep sweatshirt.
Oh, that's too warm. Yeah, Adam is a radiator, so I would literally burn.
Matt is also a radiator,
Pants
but
on.
I would rather have no pants on than have no sweatshirt on. And in the summer, when it's too hot for any, then I'm like really uncomfortable. But I also usually sleep in like PJ pants and, well, now I don't have PJ pants on, but socks.
I can't sleep in pants. I think my body's too large. Like it always gets like, I'll just get like twisted. And I can wear
Same.
shorts.
I
Like,
can't
don't know-
handle. Go ahead.
I don't know what it is when I'm sleeping if I'm wearing bottoms, but it's like my butt just eats the fabric. It's like I'll roll over and just have to pull out a massive wedgie. I'm like, no, not good.
I can't sleep without something in between my legs because I can't stand the feeling of my skin touching my own skin.
Pregnancy pillow. I sleep with the one leg over the pillow.
One day I'll have one. One day.
You
One day.
just buy one. I was
I
like,
know. I should just get
every woman should have one. They're the best.
Oh, no.
Whether you have a baby or not, or just have
Yeah.
one.
Fully nude but blanket. Yeah, I can't do it. I cannot do it.
So did you and Jeff were nude when we shared a hotel room? Great.
Can't sleep with pants
they didn't
either.
ask you to
What?
join.
Can't sleep in closed period. Very wacky when we no. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I do when it's really hot. Is I'll either do a sheet in between my legs or I'll do a pillow. But like I just can't handle my skin touching my own skin. I don't know. I can't do it. But Matt sleeps. Okay. Talking about the blanket. So I can't have my mouth and nose covered because I feel like I can't breathe. But Matt will sleep with a pillow over his face and then a blanket all the way tucked. And again, he sleeps like on his back. So I have had moments when I've come home or when in the middle of the night even where I did not think he was in the bed. And there's been a few times where I woke up and I'm like, and so I like slapped the bed because I'm like, where are you? He was there. And then he wakes up and he's like, oh, what? I'm like, I was scared you were dead in the, I don't know, other room.
That's so funny.
See, I've actually punched someone when I was asleep.
Apparently.
It was with my ex. I just apparently it's like I just like got up, like put my arm down, and just went, ugh, just like straight up clocked them, And obviously I woke them up and they were just like, what? And then they had to wake me up and like, why did you punch me? And I'm like, I didn't punch you.
Dang.
I have
Matt
no
has
idea.
accidentally elbowed me in the face before because he also needs all of his space. If I'm too close to him, he can feel my heat, so he'll push me away in his sleep. He pushes me. And I'm just like, wow, you hate me. You don't love me. And he's like, I'm just asleep. I'm just trying to sleep. So one time I turned over and cuddled up next to him. And I think he was facing away from me, so I'm big spooning him. And he, in his sleep, completely comes over like that and is trying to push me away and just completely elbowed me right on my cheek. I'm just like, fuck. Ow.
I'd still prefer that over what Chris did to me when I was pregnant. I was laid on my back and Chris was facing me and he grabbed the sheets, but he grabbed my boob that was under the sheet as well.
No.
And then proceeded to roll over the other way. I've never screamed so loud in my life.
What was it? The nip, or was it just the skin?
It was just just above the nip. It was pretty close to the nip, but still
sensitive.
Oh my god!
Still sensitive.
Oh my god!
Especially
funny.
your tits were on fire.
Funny that Natasha mentions this because I do that to Matt on accident all the time. And Matt is just like, why do you have razor toenails? And I'm like, I swear I cut them short, but I have
That happens to me too.
thick nails. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know what tickles me so much.
The toenails or the boob?
The toenails.
See, I just get my own back on Chris all the time because it's I don't like my feet being warm, as we've
That's
discussed.
why I advocate for having your own blanket. That there will be no dagger toenails in the day.
That is probably why Matt wants his own blankets. That's exactly why I can't have, because unlike Paul, I like my feet to be warm, and Matt is my feet heater.
Mm-hmm.
No,
He gets really mad at me.
Oh, this game is so good. Toenails are so funny. So stupid.
Oh man.
What a silly thing to happen.
Do you guys let your animals sleep with you? Well, I know Chelsea. Emily, do you have pets?
I have a cat,
That's right.
Minnie.
The little black one.
Yes, she's so cute.
And she's
Yeah,
allowed
she
to
sleeps.
sleep.
Right in the middle.
I used to when I had pets.
You did allow them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
This one goes under the covers, and then the other one's on top of the covers, like she is right there. I didn't know she was
Yeah, my cats are not allowed in our bedroom at night. That's only because we were tortured by Hedwig when we lived in a studio apartment. I would have PTSD from the experience of, first of all, having a kitten who's playing all the time. And he would fuck with, so our studio apartment had the hanging blinds in the center of the house, basically, because it had a bedroom and a living room, but it's a studio apartment, so it just had these blinds you could pull for privacy if you wanted to. And he would play with them all fucking night long. Finally, I figured out that if I put a hair tie around them, then he wouldn't be able to play with them. But that took 6 months to figure out. And then one night at 3 a.m, I had one of those wine glasses that holds an entire bottle of wine, and I had something in it, candy or something, it was decorational on our kitchen counter. And Hedwig knocked it off the counter at 3 a.m, which means it completely broke. First of all, I was pissed because it was new and I had just gotten it. So I was so mad at him. And then also, of course, what does he do? He goes and jumps down and is walking through the glass.
Oh God.
I'm I'm going to kill him and he's going to die himself. What are you doing? So I grab him, put him into the bathroom and lock him in there so I can clean up at 3 a.m. I'm sobbing because I was tired. And so then when we got our 2-bedroom, I'm we are training these motherfucking cats.
Luckily, I don't think Booger and Dot know their cats. They don't do any of the weird like cat behaviors. Like they don't slide things off tables. They're not scared of cucumbers. Like they're just blobs.
The only thing
Another
Minnie
bug.
does is she tries to knock my lamp off of the bedside table. She like noses it. Not Adam's though. Like if I'm not home and if it's just Adam, she does not do it to him, which drives me absolutely bananas because she wakes me up every morning doing it, but she won't do it to him.
Wow.
So
When we had cats, it's like the only like weird cat thing that Angel used to do is like she used to just eat anything that was string like anything. It's like a hair ties. She even ate like the entire stem of like one of the like crappy roses that you like get on a night out when someone does that. She just eat everything. Weird.
Padfoot eats blankets.
Yeah, your cat's a strange one, dude. Like just eats holes through things all the time.
Wow.
What?
Hold on, I'll find the other blanket because this is the sacrifice blanket.
Like Cassie sends me pictures all the time. Her cats eat like 5-inch holes into her blankets. I guess her one cat.
So this is the 4th sacrifice blanket that we've had, and we've had him for 3 years. So like the whole edge.
That just seems unhealthy.
Wow.
So this will eventually all be eaten. Like I promise, it'll be gone at some point. This is like relatively
What?
new. So we've taken him to the vet to like, what the fuck is going on? And basically, it's like if you've ever had a cat, which I know Chelsea's at least one of them do. Like if you've ever had, yes, he eats it. He eats it. It's gone. It's gone. So if you have a cat that was taken from mom too young, sometimes they suckle things, and so then you'll get like the wetness different places. And so that it's the same thing, but he's chewing it and like eating it. And the doctor, the vet, basically was like, as long as he's still pooping, he's fine. And he also said like try to keep things that are stringy away, like we have this one fabric toy that's like just a long strip of fabric that they play with. And he was like, make sure to put that away. Because if he eats like a long string of something, then that can cause an issue with like it basically killing his intestines. And then you have an issue. But yeah, as long as he's pooping, it's fine. And then I was like, what can I do to make it stop? And he was like, nothing.
Yeah.
He was like, he might grow out of it. But like, if he hasn't grown out of it at that point, he was like 9 months ish. He was like, if he hasn't grown out of it now, it won't happen.
I remember a time when my dog had like he got himself like blocked in the it locked himself in the bathroom. So I'd gone out to work. I was like only doing like part-time then, so I was only like doing like 4-hour shifts. But it's like he'd been out for a walk beforehand and stuff. But he got into the bathroom because he could like nudge the door open and then sat behind it, so the door had kind of closed. I got home and he'd eaten my toothbrush. He'd eaten half a toilet roll and a bar of soap.
No.
Oh,
and he was fine?
He was fine. I mean, his poop was an interesting pink color for a while, but he was fine.
Oh God. Sage was asking me about the wine glass that I mentioned. I have one of those wine glasses that holds an entire bottle of wine. Yes, it holds an entire bottle of wine. They're amazing. I had a 2 set and I gave one to my friend Bailey, and then we had them on New Year's Day one year for a New Year's Eve party. I'll have to go and look through my Instagram to find the photo because they're like as big as your head. They're giant. And I for sure on that New Year's Eve party had an entire bottle of wine on it. How much got on my shirt? How much got on the floor? How much got in my mouth? Not a lot. Not a lot. It kept spilling. But it's okay. Everything's fine.
I just wish I liked wine.
Julie and I used to drink the massive bottles. when we
Yeah.
started doing the drunk live, those are dead and gone for a reason. I'm so like I hate myself.
There was a period of time when my sister lived with us that we would get two jumbo bottles of wine and like finish them in a night. And now just the idea of that cheap wine and that much of it in one night, I'm gonna be sick.
Let's not knock the cheap, okay?
No, it's that particular cheap wine. It's like Behringer and Barefoot.
Mhm.
I do love Barefoot, but I'm really into the Target ones, the $5 Target ones.
I like don't go to Target enough to know.
I don't
love
drink as
Target.
often as I used to, so I just every time I go, I grab one,
Mhm.
and it always just like I have it when I need it.
Don't get me wrong. Most of my wine comes out of 7-Eleven, so nobody is classy here.
I haven't had an alcoholic drink since 2019.
Dang.
Wow.
It's like
Did
not the
you-
fact that it's
Did-
not that I'm teetotal or anything. I mean, I've still got bottles of booze. It's just more of a case of don't really go out and party, and it's like I'm not really a house drinker.
Mm.
It's like I like to be like go out and like be all social and stuff. I mean, not
Yeah,
that
I don't drink unless there's like a reason to. Like I don't just like sit.
yeah.
I really
I mean,
like
if it's at a house party, I'll drink, but
yeah, I do like to just like the casual drink at the house, which is partially what COVID is like terrible for me because I've been drinking more than usual because I'm like, what's the difference between a date night and a Tuesday? They look the same.
We're almost out of this, Cassie. We're
I
getting
know.
there.
Almost. I think this Me Too is in response to 2019 being the last time you had a drink.
yeah, but you were pregnant at the time, so
Sage, did you
Before-
ever make that
Sage.
hot chocolate?
I
Not that
think
that's
she was-
alcohol.
think she was too busy vibing on a dinner, to be fair.
Whatever they made looked very good though. So
Yeah, it looked tasty.
Mm-hmm.
no coffee. Oh my
Dang,
god.
cheers. No coffee.
See that? I can't.
I have smoked weed in that time.
Mm. I don't
I
like
shouldn't say
weed.
that because it's illegal over here. But you
Mm.
know, I have a chronic pain condition, so suck it up, bitches. If I'm gonna smoke some, I'm gonna smoke some.
Oh my god, these
Yeah.
scissors.
I had 2
Oh.
cups of coffee today. It was amazing. I only ever drink one. And so I was like, off 2 cups. But yeah, I don't smoke weed because I always die. Like the inhalations. It's very terrible for me.
It's
Like I
rough.
cannot. Even with what's the other
Edibles?
kind? No, the
Vape.
yes. Still can't do the vaping because it still makes me die.
Have you tried edibles instead?
I'm so scared of them because when I was in like around 18, my friend at the time, her like basically stepdad, but they weren't legally involved in the family, but basically stepdad, he was making weed brownies on the regular for himself and or cookies or something. And he made a batch. We did not know that they were cookies. And so we ate too many. And then I felt like I was gonna die.
Yeah, that's
So-
rough. You get like the gummies or something that like it's controlled.
Yeah, now that you can like actually go somewhere that's like
Mhm.
made.
When we went to a
Now you can go
festival,
anywhere.
when we went to a festival, it's like Katie, who joined us for the Best Book Club. Katie had made some edibles for when we were at the festival because Chris can't smoke weed, but he's like, I'm gonna try edibles. And I think he had one and nothing. It didn't touch him at all. Then, like the next day, he had 2, and he just kind of like stared into space for about 3 hours and then just like slapped his knees and went, right, I'm off to bed. So we have this like running joke with him where it's like, choose too many for you.
Yeah. Dang. Okay, I think we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
I'm feeling the need.
Yeah, so late for you guys.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
the latest I've been up in a very long time.
Oh no.
Proud of you.
Since
Okay,
like New
well-
Year's.
20 past 5 in the AM. Whoop, whoop.
You're
Dang.
so late. That was so late.
There's no point in going to sleep now. Wyatt will be up in an hour or so.
Oh my god. All-nighters. All right. Thank you so much to Paula, Emily, Chelsea, and Sage for being a part of this live show. Everyone is linked in the description down below, so make sure to go subscribe to everyone. And thank you all for participating in touching my shelf or just hanging out during the sprints. Whatever you were for, it was good old time. I did manage to succeed in all of the 7 challenges, although I did not read 7 books. So I'm very happy about that. And yeah, what day is it? Saturday. Happy Saturday. Or wait,
It's still
did I just skip?
Saturday.
Happy Friday for us. Happy Saturday for Paula. Both of those 2 things happened at once and it didn't work. All right. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, Cassie.
Bye.
Thank you.